love is not hate, it's indifference. You feel the difference. I see all the beauty in the pain. Looking in the mirror, the blessing is in the lesson. Ooh, you can call me on the phone, no FaceTime. Ooh, you can call me when it's gone. That's website.
With the tour, like you're kick-starting it in Toronto, which is Canada, on November 26th. Just a brief question, how is it going so far?
You know, going into this tour has been like a huge energetic like build up because, you know, this album is completely independent. You know, I left the major label scene after 7 years and people expect a certain level and then you're only one person and you have to like somehow deliver on that. And I think I've learned a lot in this year. And I've also learned that we make plans and sometimes they don't come to fruition, but that is not like, that's part of it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like with this tour, I had some time, you know, I was supposed to start the tour in India and then take it to America, but it's so funny because in all of the phrasing for the album, I say from the bridge from the west back to the east.
Yes.
And then I tried to make the tour east back to the west and God laughed at my plans. He was like, no, babe, you're going to start in the west and then the India tour is now in Jan Feb. But because I came to India for this time period and then I was here, I got to go to this temple in the Himalayas that I went to 20 years ago when I started like wanting to be a musician.
Mm-hmm.
I dipped in the Ganges, which is the sacred river in India, and they say like it purifies you and it magnetizes you, it gives you this energy. And when I went there 20 years ago, I made my company, Ganges Flow Music.
Mm-hmm.
So because the first part of the tour was like, you know, postponed, I was able to go back and dip in the Ganges again and go to this temple that's like in the like womb of the Himalayas, like 14,000 elevation. It's so remote. You have to take a helicopter or you have to walk 20 kilometers to get there.
Wow.
And the energy that I felt going there, it's like, now I'm ready for my homecoming tour. Now I'm ready to go to America and really put my best energy forward, try to like open people's heart chakras, try to like give them, you know, the energy that I feel in the motherland, because some people don't get to go there. Some people don't get to connect. So hopefully through the music they can. So for this tour now, I am prepared. I am charged up. I've been to the Himalayas. I've dipped in the Ganga.
It's
I've
crazy.
made all the moves. And, you know, I'm ready. I'm ready for having my homecoming tour, you know, because when I left to India in 2016, you know, right after I signed my first label deal, I did kind of feel a little bit like rejected in the way that like South Asian culture wasn't in the forefront. You know, I had people at the label tell me Indian girls don't rap and you need to do music like this. And they had all these ideas. And at the same time, didn't want me to wear the bindi. Like it was a lot of stuff going on around who I was as an artist. So when I left and like Trump had just become president. So I put that American flag across my face. And the first thing you know, it basically looks like this, you know, like I put the American flag across my face. And I said, this is America, you know, and I started this whole thing on like a revolutionary kind of tip. And yeah, it's just, it's the right time to come back. Like now I feel like, you know, whatever I've done, like I feel like I have to kind of start over and introduce myself to people. And I'm happy to do that. Like I would love to, you know, this tour is very intimate. Like a lot of people have seen footage of me doing 10,000 people crowds. And some of these venues are 350 people. And I love that because, you know, when I was coming up in India, people saw me in rooms with 200 people here, but I didn't spend that time in America. And now I'm happy that this tour is going to be an intimate experience. You know, it's going to be like a 75-minute set. And like, I'm going on stage at 9 p.m. because I want the parents to come too. I don't want to be on stage till midnight. And like, I think it's for all the people. The shows are all ages. And, you know, it's like, I've put the show in like a couple acts and I've like kind of showed my growth as an artist and taken you on the trip of, you know, what it was like to make this album, you know, the evolution. And I'm really proud of it. And I'm really excited, you know, that this is that maybe some people are going to meet me for the first time like this, because I'm just like, I have a lot to give, you know?
Visit chopscanada.com to discover varieties of grocery items, monitor prices, and price match grocery items.
And in your tour that you will be doing, I know that you tried and you look for South Asian dance group to open your tour in each market too. And love that how you're supporting your community once again. Like being the pro dancer yourself, I want to know if you're involved in the choreography yourself, or what are we gonna what can we expect in the dancing part?
So I like dance is an element that's, in the show. And like, this show is more focusing on the musicality. And what I really realized, honestly, when I was in college, okay, I was the president of the Indian Club and we used to throw these culture shows and they were the biggest deal. I mean, like I like basically had to drop out of like my classes for 1 quarter because the load of throwing the show was so crazy and I didn't want to like have bad grades that quarter. Crazy lady. And during that time, there wasn't enough fusion music. So like I was choreographing these hip hop fusions and the classical fusion, but the music didn't exist. So my first fusion songs I ever really made were for those dances. Like I like
Mhm.
composed and made like little rappy singy songs for those choreography that I did. So when it came time to do this tour, I just wanted to reach back to that like part of me, like, watching the Indian clubs and the dance teams have grown so much. The culture has grown so much. The competition level is so high. And it's like, that was such a golden time of my college years, like competing against people in Hindi film dance teams. And like, that time period was so exciting for me. And I wanted to honor that whole part of the art, like
Yeah.
that self-made art. Like it wasn't something someone taught us. There's no gurus involved. It's something that we made, from our culture, fusing it all together. So I just wanted to make a platform to showcase how, and also it's also for me, like I love to see people dancing to my music because it's literally the purpose of why I made it. Because
Mhm.
as a classical dancer, there was like nothing fusion. But if you're a classical dancer and you want to do a classical hip hop, you go to my catalog, there's like so many songs where I'm just like, I'm just like singing straight jutties, like that are classical dance, like in my music. So it's gonna be exciting. We've got a lot of like really great dance teams and people that have like come forward, and they're doing different songs in every show. So it's just gonna be a time where I get to bring people on and honor them and celebrate them for what they're doing for the culture, and also let them know that I see them and that it means a lot to me. So it's a very personal thing, something I've always wanted to do. And I hope that it grows. Like I hope like the next show, more people get involved and that, they're like working harder on these songs so that they can be a part of the show. That would be the vibes.
Awesome.
I would be
Yeah.
very, very, very proud.
See these motherfuckers, they want the juice. They come every single time. But I'm the tree. I bear the fruit. Season after season after season. Yeah. You want the juice, gotta get it.
What would you say to the fans that's gonna be coming to the tour?
To the fans that are coming, okay, to my people that are coming to the Bridge World Tour, if you have never heard my music, I would love for you to come and experience it now. I want to give something to you like I'm giving on the altar of Saraswati. Saraswati is the goddess of music. So I have a lot of love for this show and I'm happy to share it with all of you that come. So bring your mom, bring your friends, bring your little cousins, dress in your best fusion outfit. It's going to be a celebration of everything that is our culture, being the bridge between both. You don't need to be from one side, just be who you are and come to have fun. And I hope that, you understand me more through this show and that we can keep growing together.
Love that.
Next big thing. Celebrating today's woman.